Good evening. Welcome to That's a Great Question podcast. We got the golf clap.
Always.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Oh, shit. Okay. Mr. Spaz, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. I see it's a Sweep the Leg Tuesday.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, man. Let's get it on.
All right. So,
Hi, sweetie.
Howdy.
there you go. Salty Nuts, I sent you a DM, and Reverend Rant should be here any minute. He just sent me a text message, and Warrior in the Garden is not feeling well tonight, so he's taking the night off. So we'll get Mr. Nuts to come up here and fuck the show up like usual. Who's that? There's Reverend Rant. Okay.
You
So
want to
what
go
we
turn the
do-
channels on?
Yes, everything is on.
Right on.
Right arm.
Good morning, everybody.
So while we're waiting for Mr. Nuts to come up, because we had a special request from Beach Bum and Mermaid for a topic that I'd like to discuss first.
Okay.
Then just let me say hello to everybody. We got Disco Daphne. What's happening? How you doing?
Rock
Thank you for
star.
being here. Another total rock star. Zombie 5. Spaz is here.
A legend.
The legend is here. Shepherding Shepherd. What's up? Light Spear. Welcome. Salty's here. Hilljack. What's going on? Like I said, I'm just going to call you Hilljack. I got the damn hiccups again. Good Lord.
My dad's been getting them lately, too.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I'm like gulping a lot of air when I talk.
And he has a hard time getting it out.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see. Who else is here? Okay, well, anybody over on the X, D Live, or YouTube, welcome to you guys. And everybody over on Reverend Rant's channels, was it Rumble, X, D Live, C Live,
Bill,
Q Live, Telegram,
Yep.
Instagram,
We're all
Snapgram.
over the place. Well, not Instagram. That's Facebook garbage. I can't go there.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know.
You get herpes from places like that.
Oh my god.
They're-
Oh shit. Salty's here. Hold on.
Oh no.
There you go. Okay,
Here he is. He's up against the wall.
he's up against it.
Hollywood Squares.
Holy shit. T2 Ben. What's going on, my brother? T2 Ben.
Hey.
What's up? Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Jim Bob, welcome. Anybody else who's lurking in the background that I missed, welcome to you guys. Don't get to see you guys much. It's good to have you here. I think T2 Ben was my only person who came over to the Foxhole from Rumble. Yeah, I think that's the only one. And you've been with me since I started Rumble. So glad to see you. Thank you very much for the wave. Okay. So I'll read the thing. Oops, hold on.
The special
That,
topic.
Yes. Miss 320, how are you? That oops, not that, sorry. Beach Bum and Mermaid. Beach Bum and Mermaid sent this. Said it would be a great topic to talk about on the That's a Great Question podcast.
We hate great questions here.
That's
She
what we're
tagged me-
doing.
She tagged me in a topic that says, nah, Because Trump has bulletproof hair. Aquanet, baby. Bring this topic up on the next PTP podcast. That's a great question. I'd like to hear more theories with intelligent conversation. So now,
That his hair is bulletproof?
yeah. See, hello, Pam. Pam Day, how you doing? Those of us who grew up in the 80s, which we all did. You didn't, Spaz?
No, I'm sorry. It was Smokey Randy's fucking on my head.
No, he's saying he didn't grow up. Not that he wasn't part of the 80s. He just didn't grow up.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can deal with that.
Yeah, we all remember the life-size can of Aquanet.
This big. Now the funny thing is that April's mother, she still uses Aquanet,
She does not use
but
Aquanet.
she has it by the 55-gallon drum.
Does not.
Yeah, right?
It has a hose sprayer.
Liquid cement.
Yeah, you can't use her bathroom.
Do you know why this
Because-
goes over the door?
Excuse me. You can't use her bathroom because your shoes stick to the floor,
Hey,
and the towel is over the door because if you go to open the door, it's so sticky you can't get your hand off of it.
no, it's not. If you take the towel off the back of the door, it's schlacked.
Yeah, well, okay.
You know what? A lot of people with teenage boys have the same problem.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, for a different reason.
Yeah, but it's for a different reason.
Yes.
Hi, Black Mamba.
Reason.
So, is it now? I know Salty Nuts and a lot of other people have the theory that this whole thing was rigged or fake or however they decided to talk about it, which I have no problem with. But is the theory that Trump may have a secret illegal stash of Aquanet that deflected the bullet from his hair to his ear? Is that a feasible something that could be possibly happen? Maybe the bullet hit his hair and then shrapnel hit his ear. So we'll start with you, Spaz, because I know Salty will have a lot to say about this. So Spaz, what do you think?
Oh, well, shit, man. Maybe his ear was hit by ear shrapnel from his ear getting hit with ear shrapnel.
Ear shrapnel.
Yeah, who knows?
Hair shrapnel.
Oh, hair.
Maybe they took a piece of his ass and skin graft his ear.
So he has an ass ear.
Well, the skin is skin. I mean,
That's true.
you know, it'll do it, the skin thing, whatever the fuck it does, you know?
Right.
It takes in light and chloroforms or whatever. I don't know.
Hold on one second. Does your mother know what dippity do is?
Yes,
Oh.
we used it.
Not
I
Okay.
remember.
Because Jim Bob says his error was dippity do.
I remember.
I don't know what that is.
It came in a metal tin.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else you'd like to add to your ear shrapnel skin ass thing?
Yeah, see, I'd rather come back to, you know, I'm more like a domino flicker instead of a domino setter upper.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got
So
you. I got you.
I actually had the answer to all of this.
Okay, but hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. We're gonna go to Salty next, and then you can hit it with the answer
Okay.
to everything. Okay.
You guys will understand once I tell you. You'll understand everything.
Okay. Not a problem. All right. Mr. Nuts, please.
Oh, okay. Didn't know if my thing was muted or not. I decided to try and share the screen because
Oh, did you?
There is visual. Yeah.
Hold on a second.
He has to let you.
Oh,
There you go.
this is the
Oh,
2024 FBI class graduates. They're ready to hit the streets, and for a small price of $12.95, you can get some over-the-ear fake blood capsule. Fits snugly behind the ear. Just slap with your hand to scare friends with the most realistic bloody ear ever.
Oh,
And,
that's
if that's not sufficient, you can get some mega ear regrow cream, but they're currently out right now. Wonder why?
Uh-huh.
He's now got some merch up there for his Miracle Ear cream only.
Miracle Ear. Oh,
Yeah. And this was my final kicker here. I posted this. I got a question regarding this later. I'll just give the title and you can run with it at your leisure. It says, quote from Trump, "If you don't vote for me, you won't have Israel for very long." All right, I'll stop sharing. No, it may have wrapped completely around the planet, come back through his ear twice, because that was a really, really big Band-Aid. That maybe
I heard it. I heard the bandage was made out of Egyptian cotton.
Yeah.
Is that true? Okay.
I heard something about Chuck Norris being involved. I'm not going to put anything into that.
I did too, but I didn't want to. Yeah, I couldn't verify it. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist.
Exactly.
Chuck Norris would have just told us what to see.
Exactly.
We would have saw it.
It's actually simpler than that,
Okay, go ahead, Reverend Rand.
because this. I mean, you guys have already touched on it. Chuck Norris donated hair to Trump.
I knew.
And of course, when the bullet was flying, it started getting close to the hair, realized its mistake, and tried to divert.
Or just exploded
Yeah.
out of fear. That's very feasible. That is very feasible.
So wait a second. Is that what killed the patron in the back or wounded him? It probably just wounded him. It is a piece of hair after.
Well, the first bullet went at Trump, realized that was Chuck Norris's hair, and as it diverted, it also yelled back to the others, and the others are like, "Well, the hell with that. We're out of here. We'll hit somebody else."
Exactly. So
That's
as
what
the
happened.
bullets were coming at Trump, like Neo from the Matrix,
Yeah.
when they saw the hair, it kind of went zoo, zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the technology because we can't stop time like he can. And
Exactly. Yeah, with the hands and
No. We don't have the technology, but we do have the Norris hair.
Look, I'll give you this. The bullets in the Matrix at least would have hit Neo if he hadn't stopped it.
exactly. Yeah.
So there are differences, though subtle.
I've heard so many different stories about this now.
everybody's saying it's related to Chuck Norris by some kind of third, fourth, fifth cousin or something. So I don't know where that goes.
Yeah, I
think
don't
the
either.
relation works. I think it was a hair transplant.
I'm waiting to see articles about how it's going to affect the price of fucking toilet paper.
That's the real issue right there, isn't it?
That's true.
Man,
But-
I gotta wipe my ass in the sink, bro. Civil War.
I'm gonna wipe mine with a spotted owl.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That could be the catalyst for a civil war.
It is here.
Yeah. Wiping your ass in a sink could be I agree.
My sink ain't easy.
It's
Yeah.
really easy to hook up a spray nozzle right on the water send right under the back of your toilet. You can put right in the middle of it. You can put a T with one of those little spray nozzles like you get for your kitchen sink. You can
Right.
reach back there and hose everything off right in the toilet. Then you can use your wife's shirt to dry with.
But you know what? If it comes to that,
You're off at all.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not in the best shape in the world, but this still works, and I'll have Mrs. PTP drive me because I'll be ready to shoot some stuff.
I'm not driving you anywhere.
Don't be like
So-
that.
I'm driving you
As
out.
long
Drive
as
me
there's
to the
no,
revolution.
as long as there's no Teslas in the way.
That's.
Oh, good.
But I get to shoot Teslas on the way there.
Only
So
if you shoot all of them,
Yeah, all of them.
from the just regular Tesla to the fuck box to the can,
The fuck box and the
the truck thing. Good. That is
we saw those stupid Cybertruck today.
that is the best contraceptive they've ever made.
They are so stupid looking.
as long as somebody needs to make one into a DeLorean.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess in all sense and purposes, to prevent civil war, I need to go outside and touch grass with
Yes.
my ass and then wipe my ass on the grass.
Like a cat or a
You know,
dog.
Like we
Yeah,
did
no,
with
you gotta
the-
put you gotta put your ankles all the way up behind your ears and then drag your ass across the grass.
There you go. Perfect.
So PGP, I was wondering, maybe there's some truth to that that theory. Like, let's see, if we convert that to gay stuff, it'd be like if you really, really constantly talking, disgusted with gays or something, then you're secretly, in the closet and haven't come out yet. So
Right.
I wonder with Mrs. PTP and this Tesla thing, what's are you gonna be putting it down on one soon?
No. That's
No.
that's something that I can pretty much guarantee that she would never, if I bought her
That's
a brand new Tesla, she wouldn't drive it.
She's no closet Tesla fan now.
No,
Oh,
no, she absolutely,
All right, just keep
she
her.
thinks the people who drive them are assholes.
All right, just
Yeah,
keep it under consideration.
Yeah.
I gotta chime in on that because I notice people who drive BMWs piss me off. People who drive Cadillacs piss me off. And what's that other car that Chevy makes that they swear is some sort of fancy car but looks like every other car?
Mercedes?
No, not Mercedes. Them too, but
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of it now. But all these people that think they're going to drive these status cars all
Yeah.
drive like douchebag. Every one of them drives like a douchebag.
That's
They
what she
can't
said.
figure out. Yeah, look. All right, so everybody listening, just in case if you know somebody, you can repeat this to them. There is an ebb and flow to traffic. Traffic is moving a certain way. Don't jack with it. Don't jack with traffic. If you're gonna make a
Obviously.
turn, don't bullshit. Just make the turn. If you're gonna get on to the highway from the on ramp, speed up so that you're going as fast as everybody else and get into damn traffic. Don't jack up traffic. It's that simple. Don't stop
Obviously.
the flow.
You've never seen the 405 at 2:30 in the afternoon because that's one giant flow fuck up. But here, this is
That's why.
Tesla.
Because we got a whole bunch of people who can't figure that shit out, and then
That's
most
true.
of them are
You might
driving
want to
Tesla.
tell the wife that this damn thing and its rubber tires and dashboard and even that little Hawaiian Hulu gal on the dashboard,
Yeah.
through the Van Allen belt. You might want to tell her about
That's
it.
true. There's a Tesla in space, but there's a new Tesla motorcycle. Did you see it?
No.
Yeah, I got a picture of it right there.
What is it?
That's the Tesla motorcycle.
It
Oh.
looks like
can hardly
3.5
see it.
angles of flat.
It's a cyber bike. There you go.
Let me see that one more time. Put that sucker up here. Let me see it.
Hold on.
It was kind of tilted and all that
Oops.
stuff.
Oh, her thing doesn't stand up straight there.
It looks like you're driving the box the TV came in.
Oh my god! It's
Did
the
you get that?
DoorDash career guy.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Thank you, Judy. Welcome. Well, I hope since Beach Bum and Mermaid's not here, that she watches the replay and thinks that we've done the bulletproof hair theory a little bit of justice here on the That's a Great Question podcast. Puddin' Hollow, how you doing? Smokey Randy, welcome.
There's one other theory, Pete. Can I tell you about the you might
Yeah.
be all off about the hair thing.
Go ahead.
He's kind of into superheroes. You know how he's a big fan of the WWF. I wonder if he
Right.
snuck into Linda Carter's little treasure chest and got one of her little wrist things.
Oh,
Yeah, this just like fucking bang. Oh, gotcha.
that's great.
Oh.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Castle Drummer.
So
Thank you guys for the
something
cookies.
else around. Let's see what people think. It was
Yeah.
one of Wonder Woman's bracelets.
That's right. Yeah, you know, being a billionaire, he has access to a lot of things that us normal, schleps don't have.
At least Trump
Right.
knows who Wonder Woman is
That's true.
because he's on the right.
Yeah.
If he was on the left, he'd still be wondering
What a
who
woman
Wonder
is.
was.
Yeah, that.
And,
I don't know about spreading that around because Chuck Norris might take offense. He
Oh.
and then
might want some
he might
credit.
have
So
to
just
get a hold of some,
do your research quietly.
what do you call them, drag queens,
Yeah.
and ask for some bracelets.
Oh shit, no. No, don't go there with that.
Just saying.
I know.
So where are you going with this, PTP? Because I have a question. I'd like to know what Spaz, Reverend Rant thinks, and you.
Okay, well,
What's the question?
if we're done with it, we're done with it. So, go ahead and ask your question.
In
And
your,
if it has to do with gay Jews, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't
no,
want to talk about Jews either.
no,
Okay.
he's not here. He was feeling under the weather. Remember?
Holy shit. Okay, go ahead.
So was it, all sarcasm aside, in your opinion, was there a bullet near Trump's ear? Was it a piece of glass? Was there nothing at all?
No, I believe. No, I'll let Spaz go first. Go ahead.
Well, the only reference that I can think of visually is the picture of the bullet flying past his head. I get it, miraculous guy, same kind of guy, miraculous photo, right? But
I said all sarcasm aside. You're
yeah, I'm
not-
just
you're
look.
not
I
getting
mean,
a picture of a bullet.
you know what happens when something travels right straight? It's
Yeah.
probably a fired bullet.
It
And anything else that doesn't travel straight it probably hit
doesn't
something.
stop for 8 inches next to Trump's head and
Well, I
kick
mean,
over
it didn't
him
stop.
where
I mean,
it's
it was like this. And if you think about 1/8,000th of a second, which is what he had his shutter speed on when he took the photo, I mean, I mean, it was like twice the span of his head. So I mean, just imagine how fast it was going at 1/8,000th of a fucking.
All right, so Spaz is going with bullets leave chemtrails.
Well, I mean, you know what? Well, I'm just saying that that supposed chemtrail actually like hit somebody and wounded them, and that we can verify that on the timeline. Something whizzed by his head, he noticed it, and then somebody got fucking hit behind him,
Right
and
now.
that guy was injured. I don't. I don't know. All I know is like there was like a sprawl or something. You know what I mean? The bullet actually hit something that wasn't flesh, and it was or whatever.
No
You know,
blood there.
And then, Salty, when Spaz is done, I'll explain to you ballistics.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I can be done.
Okay.
So,
Love that.
And I can work with you on Photoshop, and we'll just have that argument.
okay.
Go ahead.
So
What do you think?
the 223 5.56 round that's fired out of an M16, M4, AR-15, whatever, is the diameter of a 22 caliber bullet. Okay? Eugene Stoner, the person who designed the M16 or the Armalite rifle AR-15, right? Armalite rifle model 15, which was originally designed for civilian use, not military.
I was pretty convinced when I was watching this guy doing a video of ballistics trying to recreate that exact trail
Right.
behind, but they couldn't pull it off.
Let me finish, and I'll tell you why. Okay? The 223 or 5.56 was designed to be smaller and travel not in a straight line. It's designed to tumble.
Mhm.
Reason being is because that round can do more ballistic damage tumbling than it can like a 30-06 or a 308 that travels very quickly in a straight line. So, if he would have been shot that close to his face with a 308 or a 30-06, it would have damaged his face because the bullet is fired in a straight trajectory. The 223 tumbling could have clipped his ear. As it's tumbling, it's not keeping the speed of sound.
Yeah.
It's actually slowing down. So it could have clipped his ear and kept on going, impacted the guy behind him. That's why the guy behind him, who got hit in the head, was such a mess.
I thought it was a
I always
guy in
thought
front of him.
that rifles had
Rifling,
rifling inside the
of
barrel.
course,
It's not like a bullet oriented thing.
No.
of course,
Here-
of
here's,
course, it's a bullet-oriented thing.
here's the
And
thing:
it's
is
kind of like throwing a spiral football.
There-
Yes, it is. It comes out of the gun with a spiral. As it travels to its target, it starts to tumble. And that's why the impact of an M16 or an AR-15 is so deadly, because of the way that the bullet, being so small, was designed.
If I had a rifle and
To do it.
I ever caught wind that it was tumbling, I'd take it back and get my money because they're
So
not meant to do that. They're not meant to tumble.
there's a little bit of misconception in the middle of this.
Go ahead.
5.56 was actually designed to tumble at impact. They don't want it to tumble on
Yes.
travel.
On impact.
Right, but
On
they don't want it
impact.
to tumble during travel.
Right.
But
Oh, so after it hit the ear, it started to do its stuff and it left a chemtrail.
right. But
afterwards.
the idea is
Afterwards.
if you shoot somebody with it, once it pierces you, it doesn't go through in a straight trajectory. You might get shot in the shoulder and the round might come out your butthole. You don't know.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to tumble around inside of you, like
Yes.
like
That's
like
what-
a Willie
Did I
Peter
not
round.
make that clear enough? Did I not
But-
make that clear or no?
Yeah, no, you're
No.
good. After it
Okay.
hits, then
Here-
almost
here-
got it.
so, but here's the
After
thing. Let me, as somebody who has shot, I mean, probably more than 5 million rounds downrange in 223 and 5.56, as well as 300 Win Mag, 308, et cetera, et cetera.
Hmm.
I have personal knowledge of how these rounds behave out of different platforms. And the thing is that like him getting hit in the ear, is entirely plausible.
Is there
The
any more?
amount of damage that he took to the ear, the idea that it could heal inside of 2 weeks is extremely plausible. I mean, most cuts and abrasions heal within 2 or 3 days.
Mhm.
The other thing is that there's actually, and Google's trying to suppress, actually the internet in general is trying to suppress the hell out of it. But there's a video, there were a lot of people who were videoing that when it happened from different angles. And there's a video where they zoomed in. It was just clear enough that they could see the impact of the bullet literally piercing. It didn't graze his ear. It pierced right through the back edge of his ear.
Yeah.
It was a clean pierce. And they show it expanding and then collapsing back, just like you see, on Mythbusters or any one of them.
Mhm.
And here's the thing is even though it's cartilage and all that, they got him right on the edge of the cartilage in the soft spot and a couple stitches and a couple
Yeah.
weeks. You almost can't tell that there was any damage.
Exactly.
And at the same time, if that bullet would have tumbled, he probably would have had a lot worse. But here's the other thing about 223 and 5.56. Now 5.56 has a higher compression rate, a higher velocity, the muzzle velocity, so it's traveling a little faster than
Yeah.
a 223 would, and that's the difference between military and civilian rounds, even though they're theoretically the same. And so with the rifling and twist in the barrel, a 5.56 will travel further in a stability than a 223 will, but they do have a breaking point during flight when their velocity drops fast enough or to a certain point that they will begin to tumble.
Mhm.
But you're looking at tumble, for 5.56, you're looking at the tumble point at like maybe around 500 yards.
At least.
Yeah.
So, Rev, what was your answer to the question? Was it an actual real bullet? Was there no bullet?
It was a real bullet. It pierced cleanly through the edge of his ear. You can see the video of it happening the whole bit. And as somebody who has also been shot, I understand, you know,
the
what
FBI is in disagreement with all of us. It's really strange.
No, the FBI was in disagreement with it.
Not anymore.
Until his doctor come out and said, "Hey, I dealt with the wound."
So I'm wondering where that shrapnel came from.
Oh, okay.
Was it a flange of the bullet that flew off in midair? The bullet hits up
the
first?
problem, right? But the problem is the FBI are all you know, Marxist garbage Democrats,
See?
and everything they're saying is politically motivated. Nobody cares about truth and facts anymore.
Well, we need
especially
to get
the FBI. The FBI is completely full of shit.
We need to get the word out then that the FBI has not got any integrity to investigate itself, because there's a lot of people out there watching these things about them investigating themselves, putting a lot of weight into it. I just thought that might be more of a distraction when they could be focusing on their left sock drawer, for instance.
Right.
I think that
I'm sorry, real quick though. I think the FBI is on the verge of. I think if we get Trump back in and enough of us start getting loud about it, I think the FBI, CIA, all of those agencies were created by executive order, not by legislative action, and many of us in America agree it's time to wipe them out. So if we can manage to unify and get loud enough about it, it is entirely possible.
Yeah, well, you also have to consider, Rev, how Pfizer was like, no, we're not going to tell them, you know, the adverse stuff till 75 years later. And then there's like, how long did Mein Kampf come out or take before we could get access to that? Where's these JFK files? And even more recently, where's the Epstein client list? So I don't really have too much faith in them coming right on out, no matter how mad we get about what actually took place.
Well, we have to get loud enough that we're scary. That's the secret.
Okay, what do you got?
In enough numbers with enough attitude. And you know what? You know what's going to do it? Let me tell you what's going to do it. Hunger. They want to drive everybody into a level of poverty where they can't put food on the table. You're going to see some motivated individuals when they can't put food on the table. That's when everybody's going to get out in the street, and that's when the real scary stuff is going to start.
Well,
Facts.
All right. Thanks a lot, Pete, for letting me ask that question. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for where everybody was at with that one.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead, Smash.
I got a question. We all know that this went from ballistic to political, right? We're already at the political stage. All right, so let's say he wasn't hit by anything but a fucking ketchup packet. What's the end game of that? Who sets that up? I mean, do we still allow people to get hit and die in the crowd? I mean, that could be a setup too. I mean, if you're one of the, damn it, I don't even want to say it. Playing along, in the
well, let me ask you this.
But what's the end game?
I got your answer, or at least my version of it. Let me know when I can.
It was just
answer.
He's nodding, so I'll go ahead. My version, what makes more sense to me, given his track record with his infatuation with WWF, and for the last 25 years, been talking about putting Iran under the boot. Oil, or power, whichever one those both equate to. So, here's the shot, goes down, security guard comes over, slaps the fake blood on, gets up, does his photo op. Next day in the news, they've connected Iran to the shooter, and game, set, match. And that's, of course, there's got to be some real people getting bulleted out there. They got to get some McBullets, for you can't have this happen without some actual, 100% feelings going forward with, wow, people died. So carry on, Rev.
Well, my question is that if he was doing that, if this was all a blood pact, then how did he coordinate with the people who are politically against him to help open the door to make all of that happen?
Politically, that's the left-right paradigm thing. Okay, no, I won't answer. You know where I stand there.
How does this conversation go? Right? How do you have this conversation? Look, I'm going to need one of you guys to take a bullet in the head and get killed. We'll take care of your family. Don't worry about it.
But not even that. Look at everything that the Secret Service did, everything they maneuvered. I mean, it's clear they put the guy up on the roof. It's clear that they were all in cahoots on that. That's obvious to blind people at this point, particularly after the hearings. I mean, these people are 16 levels of retarded when it comes to trying to answer questions. But the fact of the matter is that we know that the FBI and everybody running the Secret Service that opened all that door, those people are all, deep state, leftist retards who are
by the way,
all for seeing Trump dead. So why is all that necessary, and how does all that work if Trump only had a blood pack and he's putting on a show, a WWF?
And by the way, Salty,
I'm going to hear the answer to that.
Spaz has more energy under his feet right now. If you're going from Spaz's house to Ohio Kimmy's house, has more energy than any amount of oil that Saudi Arabia can pump out of the ground.
Okay, so
Just in coal,
it's not known for having lots of oil.
right? Just in coal alone, we have more energy than Iran and Saudi Arabia.
Then why is Iran so preciously valuable?
It's not.
Well, might want to clue in our government. They keep wanting to bomb Iran.
If our government wanted to bomb Iran, they wouldn't exist.
All right.
So why do they still exist?
There wasn't a sign-up sheet or a bunch of brochures passed out to all of the victims of 9/11, Sandy Hook, Oklahoma bombing, Boston Marathon. Actual fatal casualties are what embolden a false flag. They're
Okay, so here's the thing.
Or
none people
sacrifice?
really did die.
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't know about it.
Let me explain real quick how a government works. If the government wants to take your guns, a constitution is not going to stop them.
No, the guns
Okay.
will.
No, the guns won't either.
Mine will.
No, yours won't either. Mine won't. Yours won't. Nobody's will. Because I hate to say this, Joe Biden was right. If you want to take on the government, you got to have some tanks and some F-16s. If the U.S. government wanted to take our guns, they would have. Just like Australia did, Japan, Germany, France, Great Britain, go on down the line. Okay?
I don't know.
And now one government revolution started. So false flagging shit for a purpose is just, to me, it's just a lazy way of looking at stuff. Because if you were going to take our guns, you would think after something like killing 27 children under 10 years old, that would have said enough.
I wasn't focusing on them coming after our guns.
I'm talking about false flags.
Oh, well.
And that as a result of. That's all I was saying. You can't just say everything is a false flag because everything is not.
Yeah.
No, you
Hey,
got to
Black
work up to
Mamba
that.
says, okay, salty nuts. Let's just say you're right. It's all fake. What's
I'm-
your solution? Not to vote and let Kamala in? What do we do? You know, I wish I had the answer to that. I guess it's going to be more hand tailored to what you want to do. Where I'm currently at right
Great
now,
question.
I'd really rather not participate in the left-right argument, which is basically our government in its entirety. And I'm just going to try my best to get myself and people I give a shit about to focus locally and on their family and stuff. I don't want to consent to the bullshit above. And because when it comes down to what affects you in your home, yeah, what Pete said about if they wanted your guns, they could take them. Damn straight they could. But over here at my house, there's going to be some casualties in that process. So, you know, that's where I stand, is I'm going to protect that. I'm going to hold on and cherish it. So I don't
And I respect that. I have no problem with that. But there's going to be some guy while you're shooting out there standing behind a Humvee on a radio telling a tank to put a round in that house.
Okay.
And that's the end of Salty Nuts.
Well, yeah, but I didn't go down. I didn't get on my knees and hand everything away.
Amen.
That's not what I'm saying, though. You see, you missed my whole point.
Oh, sorry.
But that's
No,
okay.
no, I get it. They have what your point is. They have far superior weaponry, even though our Second Amendment stipulates against that we should have equal, if not better, as citizens of the United States. That's what we should have. And there's a clause in there, not attached to it, but a very famous clause that says, in the event of a tyrannical government. It's not the Second Amendment. A lot of people get it confused. They think it's for us. It's not. It's for the government specifically to never infringe, ever. Don't even discuss it. It's not up for discussion. Bump stock, suppressors,
Nothing.
any of that. It's up to the
Jim Bob.
parent to give the adult child.
Jim Bob, by the way, Kamala Harris cannot stop guns with an executive order. You can't take away somebody's constitutional rights with a executive order. You have to ban guns like they did the first time. You have to go through the House of Representatives. You have to go through Congress or the Senate, and then the president has to sign it.
Ratify an amendment. You prepare for a long ride. Buckle
I'm
up.
talking about the import of AR-15s into this country or assault weapons. You can stop the import. You can't stop me from owning them. So she can't make any executive order to say I can't own them. She can stop them from being imported with a law, not an executive order.
Can I
Go ahead,
speak to
Spence.
leg?
Please.
All right. They can't take our Second Amendment away because it's not for them to take.
It's not. Yeah.
No.
We gave them the rules. They don't get to debate that.
Yeah.
This is our
Foreign
rule.
people. Yeah.
Exactly. So I want to sweep the leg. I want to break it down. I want to get down to it. So we're both laying on the floor, ready to stop the fight and, admit what is right.
Sweet
Yeah.
leg.
Sweep the
Sorry,
leg. So
Tim.
So what if all of this? What if the whole point? I'm sorry. What is Donald Trump known for?
Okay.
Right? Put him out in the spotlight. Make him known. Right, here you go. Here's the mic. Here's the spotlight. Say your piece. Right? And we saw it with Joe when it was just crushed. He was just crushed. Right? And we know we're going to see this with Kamala. It's going to be bad. What if, here's a question, what if this whole thing has been put on to show us that our government is just a show, that they never had power, they never could tell us what to do. The whole problem is we believed that they could.
That's it right there. Because we were convinced, because that's what the culture of society told us to be convinced of. A lot of things went that direction. Good point.
Especially school.
Nice leg sweep.
Right. So, you know, and let me tell you what is it going to take to get most of us to realize that fake and gay is
So-
usually just a
That's
little
what I
higher than the
said.
hat on your head.
Freaking gay.
It's just a little bit higher than the hat on your head.
I don't know everything that I really should know, but I'm constantly going with my gut on, you know, it's like, man, I need a can of government fuck off spray. You know, just get the fuck away. You know, just go, leave me alone. I'm done with you. I just no, and for the safety of my own soul, I don't want to put no check boxes, no signatures, no nothing. I just want to be responsible for the things I can control. And
So
that's
I
really
got a question. Maybe it's a little bit of a philosophical question, because we've discussed the technical side. We know the legal limits, we know the constitutional limits, et cetera, about the Second Amendment and when and what and everything else. But here's the question that I wonder all the time. How far does humanity get pushed before they react? How far before fear turns into anger?
No, that is the thing. Our reaction. That is what they wish to control.
Right.
some people have already flipped that switch. Most of us haven't. And I wish it were a more instinctively cohesive setting so that they hit once they hit 99.999%, you know, the next move is everybody just, you know, goes zombie mode and takes up, you know, just like the, you know, the clock striking midnight. Okay, it's go time.
But I'm not just referring to, you know, whether or not we go pew pew or anything like that, but any action at all. How far? Because historically, under some circumstances, societies don't rise up at all. They just sit there and take the butt fucking they get. Pardon my language, Jesus and everybody else, but that's the hard truth of it.
The barbarians were inside the city of Rome before the Romans knew that the city had fallen.
There should be somebody boots on the ground going out and uses, you know, get lots of donations on for report stats, but ask people not in just the big cities or a highly concentrated Republican and or Democrat area, but literally random. Go to a grocery store in some shit town, ask somebody coming out if they, you know, and be polite, ask a question. What's the state of our government? You know, go on down the list of how much do you think it's going to take before people, you know, ask these questions to everybody else. I would love to see somebody doing that. I don't know anybody that is on a regular basis, just to keep the finger on the pulse on the scale. But I've never seen things this bad. I've never, you know, not me ever. And I think it's definitely going to get worse. I think we're going to go another 4 years. And at the end of that, if we're still eating spinach, I think some shit's going to happen.
So yeah, some shit's gonna happen. I think we're all gonna, you know, hopefully a lot of us get past the physical aspect of it and, you know, nurture over to the, you know, the thought process concept of it. You know, what you know, what is civilization worth if you're just going to keep decimating it?
Yeah, could I
With
quickly address Puddin' Hollow? Puddin' Hollow said, I think their end game is martial law. And I'm thinking there's a whole lot of people on the conservative side of things that it's like man, I'm gonna get some enemies on this one. I'm sorry, but it seems like
You ain't
some
afraid of that.
necessary fantasy to go that direction with things. It's like a consented dopamine hit. You're just putting a rubber stamp on something that back in the day, it used to be chemtrails back before when it was conspiracy. So I don't know right or wrong on it, but I'm just saying there's a huge influx of the right.
How do you
attached to conspiracy for the longest time, and they just can't come down, sit in the middle, and go.
How do you impose martial law on 330 million people across 6,000 miles of land?
All those parachutes.
Hold on, I have an answer for both of you. I have an answer for both of you. If they stir this nation up enough that there's enough of a civil unrest that they can claim, oh my God, we're in civil war, then that means they can also claim that the Constitution is now suspended because the nation has fallen apart. And that is what their end game is, because if the Constitution is suspended and they want to control society, now they bring all the blue helmets in, and their version of martial law has nothing to do with our version of martial law. And the reality is that if enough of us get together, unite politically and vocally, rather than this fantasy of playing pew-pew in the streets, we're going to have a lot more impact that way in controlling the future of this nation than we are going to be handing it to them by suspending the Constitution of the United States.
I like interacting with the chat. I mean, that's why we're here, right?
Right.
Black Mamba, the left can riot all they want. Once we start doing it, it's the end of our freedoms. That's kind of what I'm saying is, if you were to just stop this frame in time right now and get a screenshot of everything that's going on right now in both left and right parties, and back yourself up about 6 years, and then get that same screenshot, you would notice that the left has become the right. Hands down. I mean,
swayed either way.
that goalpost moved while you weren't looking, folks.
Yeah, actually, conservatives now are liberals 20 years ago.
Well, see,
Yeah.
that was the whole point, I thought, of the CIA. Didn't they have a list of things to do? And what their outlying top goal was to make everybody not believe in anything anymore.
Well, but we're fighting for the political. You go down the checklist of political positions. We want this, like about abortion. We want this, about immigration, everything else. We're now standing for everything that the Democrat, I mean, literally point for point in detail, not in general, not kind of, sort of, but literally detail for detail. We are now standing for, Trump is standing for, we're behind Trump standing for everything the Democrat Party was screaming for 20 years ago.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know that, because a lot of people only been following politics since 2016.
Right.
So they have no idea what was going on 20 years ago.
Yeah. The
It
bar
was
has
a slow boiling frog. Both of them moved at the same distance.
Yep.
Look, let me tell you what really scares me about what Trump's been talking about lately is giving, police immunity. Police times 10.
What do you mean?
That kind of bothers me. The pipeline, running the pipeline through the ancient whatever burial grounds or whatever. That bothered me too, but it proved to be, decent for this country.
Okay, so with that, Spaz, just to clarify that,
Immunity for police?
the
I don't
Keystone Pipeline is an existing pipeline from Canada all the way down to Texas, where it's exported. Right in between that, we get about 500,000 barrels a week of oil from that. the U.S. does. The Keystone XL pipeline would have ran parallel with that pipeline. It would have
Yeah.
gone through the same land that the first one went through. It wouldn't have been any different.
So it's kind of like twice as much.
That's why they called it XL.
XL.
If you
Because
want to show it,
They doubled the amount of oil coming out, going into the, what do they call that? The Gulf of, the Texas Gulf there. What is that?
No, it was just a
You know what I'm
reference.
talking about?
I do. It was
Yeah.
just a reference,
Right.
but something I disagreed with when I voted for him the first time as to what I'm disagreeing with.
hmm
Trying to vote for him the second time. I think in this political age of accountability, we shouldn't be talking about immunity, even though he was just ruled immunity. But
Right.
I think that's kind of different. I think that's kind of different.
Well, with the police, they're talking about qualified immunity, meaning that the police have certain powers when they arrest people.
It's a tough job, bro,
It's a very tough job.
and you get shot
Right.
at and
Yeah, but
stuff.
what people like Kamala Harris was trying to champion was taking that qualified immunity away from the police by defunding them. So police officers wouldn't do their job. They would just sit back, let the crimes happen, then react. That's why I always say that they were reactive instead of proactive.
And
Trump is
that's,
saying he wants to give them that power to be proactive back. And that's something that I agree with. Because in order to do that kind of job, you have to have a certain amount of leeway. And over the last 10 years, they took it away from them.
I'm just saying,
Yeah. No, you're right what you're saying. I was just putting it in a different leg sweep.
right. Well,
Yeah.
talk about a leg sweep. I think we should arm everybody. Everybody should be armed in this country, and we should all be taught how to, do those arms and defend ourselves. And I think that would be the end of police if we can police ourselves.
Which is
it
what
would-
we
it
were
would be
supposed
the-
to do in the beginning. Yeah.
It would be the end of police, which is, i.e., civilization, right? We all do these things because we all agree this is the right fucking
Well,
thing
yeah.
to do.
That would be
You
a
shouldn't have
wonderful
to make it
concept,
a law or whatever.
hey, Pete.
I think.
I have something I'm sharing the screen with. If you would like to put that up, and I'll ask a question based on its visual representation. Now, if you were to see this 9 years ago instead of the famous escalator thing, now, okay, you can take it away. You don't have to show it no more. If you were to see that,
Okay.
I mean, would you think he would garner as much support as he did? Would that be our guy? Because I'm just trying to refer to how the timeline has indeed moved forward, and yet we're still,
I don't think being gay has really anything to do or
It's not
supporting
about gay. It's
gay people has anything to do with the presidency.
not about that. It's not about that. It's not about being gay. If somebody wants to be gay, you won't have salty nuts bitching at them. I'm not talking about an individual basis. I'm talking about the leader of the free world, hanging out and proudly going, yeah, you're okay here. Come on in. Most people remember the scientific studies on it, that it was a mental disorder. You can't argue that. Those are facts. And so I wonder, this form of degeneracy, if this were to happen 9 years ago, could you see how the timeline has indeed moved? That both goalposts from the left wing and the right wing have moved, have shifted to now this is okay. This isn't a big deal. This guy holding his LGBT flag is not. Nobody's going to bat an eye. That's what I'm saying. I'm not asking. I don't want to. It would have had a much worse impression then. And all I'm referring to is the timeline movement. I'm not saying, let's talk about whether or not we would have voted for him, because that's not what's on the table. Well, all I'm saying is that there's been a progressive movement in our conservative party that went right along with the same distance that the left has moved.
Mhm. Well, being gay is not a left-right paradigm.
Nope,
I don't know why you would.
it's not, and,
Yeah,
and I
you-
don't know where you come up with why you're pointing that out to me.
Because there's just not.
Okay,
You said just the LGBT community is on the left. That's not true. I know a lot of gay people who are more conservative than me.
did you not understand what I said? I'm referring to what is publicly displayed and okay then versus now. That's all I'm saying. It's not
Yeah,
about
but I don't think that. Hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. That's Trump, right?
Mhm.
Because maybe my eyeball. What does that say in the middle of the flag?
LGBTQ plus for Trump.
Okay,
So
so
pluses, right?
yeah,
LGBT plus or whatever for Trump.
okay, so
If you
whether
want to have a new topic about being gay and being a conservative, we
no,
can.
no.
Fine.
What I'm saying is, if you have to base your support for a political candidate based on your sexuality, there's a problem with that. But as the political candidate, you can come out and say, you know what? If you want to be gay, I don't care. I'll support you like any other American. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, personally. So do I think putting the T or whatever it is on the end of it or makes a difference? No, it doesn't. That's just gotcha shit. To me, that's just gotcha shit.
A lot of your audience knows the definition of this movement is more of a pedophile, predatorial warning, and so they don't like it, and that's in the masses. It's not just a few select people on a panel, but under a massive general overall generalization. Catch me on my wordplay here, but they're not in favor of that movement, and they don't want their country to be ran with that as its focal point. And I don't think that 9 years ago that would have helped him win.
Okay, so if he would have went up there and held up a flag, the Crusader flag for Christianity, would that be okay? Knowing that there's 50 different religions in this country?
Well, it's off topic. Work with me on this.
What I'm saying is you're trying to say that
got woke.
people in my audience don't have family members or children or themselves that might be gay. That everybody in my audience is against it. And I don't believe that's the case.
Well, I'm looking at just normal people here. Impeach them all. The LGBT platform is.
You have no idea about these people. Zero.
Could anybody?
You can't say that you know anything about these people unless you met them in person and then watched who they had sex with.
Are you mad at me, or what's going on here?
No, what I'm saying is, how can you impeach them all? You don't know anything about him, her. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman.
9 years ago, we knew that Trump was one of the first people to allow gays into a nightclub or whatever that he had. And we were fine with that 9 years ago. We weren't fine with the picture that I was presenting 9 years ago. And I'm only pointing this out for the simple context of our timeline has shifted and we have become woke. We have become the liberals of 9 years ago.
Okay.
That's all.
What I'm saying is, you're trying to say that people will find that offensive now, right?
Well, not as many as they would have 9 years ago. less people now will be offended by that.
Okay.
By Trump waving that around, they will be less offended now than they were when he ran for president the first time.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Boy,
I'm not mad or angry or any of that shit. All as I'm saying is that you can't make a grand assumption about my audience or your audience or anybody's audience.
I was just reading them. I don't know their IQ level. I don't know what their life experience. I'm just going, okay, well, here's some people chiming in. You know, I see the word predator and degenerate and all and stuff like that, and I'm just getting the feeling for that. No, they're not for it. But then again, they're here at Foxhole where we are not for that in the first place. You know, that's a go back off on your own backyard. You know.
Thank you, Spence.
Are you group thinking again?
What's that?
Are you
Is he getting
group
a
thinking
hotline
again?
from Wonder Woman and wondering where her bracelet is?
Reverend Rant. Reverend Rant.
Yeah.
Would you please chime in before I punch my computer screen? Thank you, Spence.
Yes, sir.
I think, if I understand everything correctly, that Salty is taking the long way around to illustrate that we are
Gay?
moving further left.
Oh,
We're moving further left. And
Thank you.
what wasn't acceptable now is acceptable.
mhm.
And what we didn't take offense to before, we are taking offense to now.
Right.
And we're
So-
being pushed further left. And for the record, too, by the way, when I speak about us and them, I'm not talking about right and left, because I agree that that's an absolute. I mean, it's all uniparty. When I say us and them, I mean modern Americans versus, the deep state cabal that controls
Thank you, Spence.
all of our government.
Oops. So Salty.
In hindsight, I
Salty.
should have used a different picture because that one really didn't help me much.
Salty. Listen to me. Listen to me. You can't get so easily rattled.
Oh,
Okay? It's
Listen.
just because somebody that sounds like me is arguing with you,
can't get
don't
so
get so rattled. Okay? You got to
Stop.
stand up for your point.
All right.
Even though I'm the host of the show, you can tell me to fuck off.
Look, what
And
is
here-
it?
here
bullying
ends
me.
the lesson.
I just hope that you guys get a pink Tesla. That's all I'm saying.
Oh
Fuck
my
you.
God. Look, maybe let me swirl it down to you like this.
Swirl it.
Maybe Salty's point is to recognize the yin in the yang,
Mhm.
or the yang inside the yin, and that the yin and the yang circulate,
This
even
is
though
starting to sound pornographic.
they
It is a
are
little bit.
they
Gonna
are
get me excited.
centered. Even though they are centered within themselves, they procreate each other. They exist because of each other.
Mhm.
And maybe I think what Salty is trying to do is, instead of getting flushed down the toilet, yin and yanging, he wants to find his center and cling
My
on
point
to the
being
bowl,
is that
right?
When
Cling
they
on to the bowl.
started introducing fuckery and make us look at, we're like, what the fuck? A mask? Are you serious? Ain't no way this is going down. Pretty soon, lockdown. Businesses. Years and years go by and waving around that flag.
No way, Eagle Freedom.
So yeah, Spaz, you're right on. Both you and Rev are on point with what I'm trying to say. That we
Spaz.
have become-
Ohio Kimmy said, you sound like Kamala.
we
I
have
didn't even circle back yet. What are you
That's
talking
funny.
about?
slowly but surely, over the course of time, we have become submissive to things that we never tolerated.
Ugh.
That's really it. The more submissive we become, the more leftist we become.
Yes.
You know what they say.
Ugh.
You know, weak times make weak people. Weak people make strong times. Strong times make strong people.
Something like that.
Strong people make weak times. Weak times make weak people.
You're a lot of fun, Pete. You're a lot of fun.
It's-
Something like that. Hello, Pam M. Now, you see, this is the thing that a lot of people may not get. And I know because it's very hard to try and configure this into everything. Donald Trump has been a politician since the 70s. Now, it doesn't matter whether he was building skyscrapers or whether he was running for president. You have to grease the same wheels.
Yes.
You have to do the same shit that you do to the Teamsters and the construction workers and the employees and blah, 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 as politicians do.
You have to work within the confines
He works.
of your end goal.
Think about this. Think about this. Donald Trump is Neo, who can go in and out of the Matrix at will. He can go in and out of the Matrix at will.
But how does Neo help us?
Impeach them all. Thank you for acknowledging that we are becoming more submissive to adapt to things that we used to,
Of course.
You remember
It's
the
like our parents would be rolling over in their graves going, I raised you better than this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You remember the very last part of the Matrix movie?
Uh-huh.
He makes a phone call.
That's right.
And what does he say he's going to do?
I don't know. Which movie was that?
The first one.
Oh, the first one. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while.
He says he's going to show them.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
remember the phone call in the end before he takes off into the air and then we go,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can fly. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right. It was he was on the phone telling them, fuck you. He's going to show them, all the other people.
Makes me want to watch that whole series all over again.
Yeah, I know.
I've
gonna
seen it
have to
too
find
many
that
times. I continue to see it too many times.
But I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah.
of how he is using the skills that he learned in his business world towards world leaders,
It wasn't like that.
right? So he's been in this game a lot longer than people think.
She told him he had it, but he was waiting for something.
Yeah.
What was he waiting for? To
Himself.
believe
Yeah,
in
himself.
himself. Yes, to
Yes.
believe that he was the one who needed to take control of his life and be the one.
Exactly.
Hey, all those years ago, it was Owen Benjamin. He got deplatformed from a lot of stuff for saying a joke that was funny. How Caitlyn Jenner just got Woman of the Year, and she hasn't even been a woman for a year. And that was the joke and punchline in one statement.
Thank you, Gladys.
And now look at how things have moved. It's just before that he wouldn't have got deplatformed, but it all of a sudden became the taboo. You can't do that, and so the suppression kicked into hyperdrive, and people started getting whacked, and it's how Foxhole was born.
You remember we
That's-
went through
that's
a lot
true.
of shit.
Black Mamba.
We went through a lot of shit. This website has gone through
A ton.
Q and
some.
A holes. Who are these four guys? Spaz, go ahead, answer up.
And were these four guys? Well, I'm
Hey,
the dick cunt.
What's up?
This
And-
is the Rev. That hold on. I got a point right. That's the nuts with the salt.
Yeah.
And wait, this guy, he's like some truck driver. Some days and other times he's just nice to listen to.
I'm a gangster.
Gangster. With your gray shirt and your gray.
I gotta make him an offer he can't refuse.
That's why I keep coming on these damn shows with you.
Yeah.
So no, we didn't meet each other all on Grinder.
Oh,
Wait, what?
shit.
What's Grinder? Is that where we take a cheese grater to the face? Mm,
Yeah, there you go. That works.
that's some gruesome shit.
Grinder is Tinder for gay dudes.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know, some people think it's badass to have a firearm next to your bed
What
when you
else?
go to sleep. But
Somebody
yo,
I know.
if you got two different kinds of cheese graters at the end of your bed,
Could you imagine?
Somebody I know that was playing at being a tattoo artist
Thank you,
ticked
Spaz.
off a bunch of people, so they made him an account on Grinder and put all his real information in it. And he was fairly upset about that.
I was dating a gal once, put a knife underneath
What
her
the-
mattress, and I'm like, I'm gonna take the couch tonight.
What the hell does that mean? Am I going to talk about JD fucking a couch? Who's JD?
Oh yeah,
JD Vance,
he's a little bit of a pervert back in his days.
any
Oh.
Marine should be. Look what
Randy,
they're asked
I
to
have
do.
no idea about that, so
Jeez.
I can't talk about it because I have no idea about it. Yeah, I don't know what went on with that one. All I can say is I think that JD Vance shouldn't be a vice presidential candidate. Believe it or not, I would rather maybe have had Tulsi Gabbard instead of him,
Oh,
and that's saying a lot.
that is saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's a good guy, whatever, but I don't know.
See,
I don't know about that guy.
I'm thinking it's like, you know, there's politics that we don't see, right? We don't see yet. We don't hear. I mean, we're just learning that, you know, we can find out text messages between police officers and secret services.
Yes.
You know, imagine if we started looking at all the ones in between Congress, because I'm sure they all have their own their numbers. You know, they're all, you know, business as usual, and it's got to be a business, right? You know, motherfuckers got to make money, especially the bartender from California, right? You know,
I mean, that's very, Spaz, that's easily taken care of. Believe it or not.
it should be, but
You can have a law passed that anybody in the House and the Senate and their staff has to have government phones, which would make every text message and every phone call public record.
that would be interesting.
I think that would probably be something that should be looked into.
Look, let me tell you what's been boggling my mind for years is, you know, how do we create a voting system that can't be hidden? It can't be shoe shine, so to speak. How do we make a voting system that is so rapid, so fast, and then so, you know, so archived that we can always look back, right? And if somebody's got, I didn't do that, I did it like this.
Paper ballots.
Yeah, I'm just, well, I mean,
It's
if
as
you
simple
have,
as that.
well, it's kind of hard, you know. It's like people don't want to do that because we also want to, like, worldwide represent. You know, I get it. You know, because we're having problems with images and images are deleted, ballots are deleted. We don't fucking know.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, it's just, I've been trying to wrap my head around, you know, a 2024 year way to vote, like one day rapidly. You know, if you don't make it, you don't make it, right? But if you made it, it should constantly be verified, right?
There should be a national
personally-
holiday to vote.
Personally verified, right? You should be able to see your vote counted. And-
I agree.
Like, and you should be able to see if your vote was changed, like any time of the day,
Yes.
next 4 years or something. You get what I'm saying? And verify who they are. I mean, we verify on here, but whatever kind of some sort of way. I'm just, me. I'm you know me, man. I'm solving problems every day.
It used to be the opposite party counted the ballots back in the 1800s.
Right.
After,
Did that work?
well, yeah, it worked. Because if you messed up, they messed up. They could only count what's there, so on and so forth. They tried to be fair about it, so you would be fair about it. But it went by the wayside. Thank you for the cookies, Spaz.
You know how people gamble, right? Just like they do in the stock market. In the stock
Yeah.
market, they have all these fucking screens. They write down on these pieces of paper, or they
That's how
mark
it
it
used
on
to
the
be.
fucking chalkboard so that everybody can see.
Mm-hmm. Just, think about this. 25 years ago, less than that probably, we didn't have all this electronic bullshit.
And
We didn't have all this stuff.
We just saw what happened down in Venezuela. We're still watching it. Like, what's going on?
Not to say that elections weren't rigged still.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying they were a lot more honest than these electronic machines.
See, maybe they brought out old Joe Biden to normalize things because when they bring in the next person like Kamala Harris, because she's so eloquent with her words and really makes a lot of sense when the wheels on the bus go round and round. So what I'm getting at is by the time we hear her up there at the podium for a while, we're going to forget about Joe Biden and his lunacy.
Where's Joe?
No, he made that stupid speech about trying to take over the Supreme Court and all that shit that is constitutionally impossible.
Where's Hunter?
Hunter's got to be balls deep in crack by now. What as fucked up as his family is.
Is that the same Jill or a different Joe?
That picture where everybody's saying that Joe Biden was so much taller than Jill. Did anybody notice that Jill was like 4 steps behind him?
Wasn't Jill supposed to be at the Paris Olympics instead of
I don't know.
with Joe during that event?
I have no idea.
I think somebody asked that Gronk AI.
No.
I don't know. It's so hard to figure out how to fact check anymore.
I know.
It's like we're just throwing sauce at the wall and licking it off like we're about to enter into Wonka land.
Wonka, Wonka, Wonka.
You got your
All right.
Wonka ticket?
Where, Rev, you have anything that you'd like to ask a question on? Because you've been kind of quiet.
No, I've just been listening tonight. There's so many things that we keep going over and going over and going over. And, knowing what I know about history, the Peloponnesian Wars, Western civilizations, everything else, I sit back and wonder what part of the revolution we're in. And I don't mean revolution like war. I mean the revolution like the cycle of history. And I don't know. I mean, sometimes I listen to people and I wonder if there is a point to any of it, if we're just going to do, the cycles of history over and over again, and it's never going to change. Whether or not I should just go get a sailboat and sail around the world and say piss on it.
I would probably say piss on it. Because you ain't going to find enough people to affect change. And Black Mama, I'm not betting any money on that. I don't need to lose any more money that I don't have. Just saying.
I'm ready to be on a boat next to fucking Rev out in the ocean.
Because I'd probably get a boat and hang out right next to you.
Yeah.
To tell
I'll
you
learn
the
to eat
truth.
fish.
Yep.
I got a question. What do you guys on the panel here, or even in the chats? Actually, in the chats would be more appropriate if you guys could tune in and answer.
Yes, you can, Black Mamba.
What do you guys do for your spare time that's fun? That you get a laugh, you get a smile, you get the endorphins from that. What is it that you're doing? And I'll start with when the wife gets home. I like to go out on the back deck and watch the chickens run around, and I'll sit there on my phone and I'll read these Babylon Bee posts off to her, with all the punctuation and stuff, because that brings a lot of laughter. And sometimes she's like, what does that mean? And then I have to show her the connection to the joke, but stuff like here's one: 10 most heinous acts you've committed in your wife's dreams. So so that one would be loaded with all these bad things that you did in your wife's dream. It's a lot of fun. And I'm just kind of curious, what do you guys do for a source of laughter? It's still the best medicine.
I kill stuff.
I'll tell you something funny today. Made me laugh my ass off. I went to the chemo guy today, and I don't know if anybody's ever been through chemo, but there's a lot of people sitting in a lot of chairs, pretty much right next to each other, and you get to know a lot of people. And this lady was sitting across from me, and she was talking to the nurse, and it was a guy nurse, and he's like, "Well, what are you doing after you get out of here today?" She goes, "I'm going to go pick up my elk." He goes, "What?" She goes, "I'm going to go pick up my elk." What do you mean an elk? She goes, I have an elk that I'm having mounted.
Oh.
And he looked very confused. He's like, what did you, like, get it as a pet? She goes, "No, I shot him in the face."
Shot him for what?
She goes, "No, I shot him in the face."
Oh, wow.
He goes, "You did what?" She goes, "I went hunting, I shot the elk, and I'm having it mounted." But she said it so loud, like 6 of us turned around. What the hell did she just say?
That must have been a lot of fun given the audience,
Oh, but yeah, everybody started laughing. For a bunch of people who have cancer, there's no lack of a sense of humor.
Yeah,
in that place.
You're appreciative of the sense of humor.
I am very, yeah.
You don't know when it happens, it's memorable.
Info Bear, what's going on, brother? Yeah, you can send him here, no problem.
I didn't get the chemo, but I got radiation treatment, and it was like the second time that I went in there, or the third, whatever. And she says, "So how are you doing with all this treatment?" I says, "Oh man, I don't know. It's something about 2 women tying me down to a table."
No shit. When I went for radiation, before I went, they give you a tattoo. So it's like a little pinprick to where they could put the laser to do the radiation. And I went in there, and the lady's explaining this to me, and I'm wearing almost like a tank top, like a wife beater. And I got tattoos all here on my arms, my legs. And I said, "I'm sorry, it's against my religion to have tattoos." And the one nurse looked at me, and she goes, "But it's just a little tiny one, and we need it to do the laser." I said, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to wing it." And the other girl, she goes, "Can you just shut up and lay down, because you're really confusing her?" I was like, "Okay."
Coated with tattoos, and they're looking to put a pink, a little
a dot. It's a tiny little dot.
Nope, I refuse. It's against my religion.
Yeah. Believe it or not,
Too.
just one.
Just one.
Yeah. You know, I can't get a tattoo. I wanted to get one, and I get another one, and I asked the doctor. I said, "Would it be okay if I get a tattoo? You know, from a professional tattoo artist?" And he said, "No, you can't, because the slightest hint of an infection can go right to your heart." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
But when you're done, when you're over all this,
Yeah,
you can come see me. I'll take care of you.
absolutely. That'd be great. I told my doctor today, because the doctor I have is a senior, and his son is a junior. They're both oncologists, and the son I was talking to today, and I was telling him about some problems that I was having, and he said, "Well, one of those problems is due to age. You know, it's your age."
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to leave, so I said, "Listen, Doc, what is that? What is that?"
Bendazole.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff, man.
It's for taking it rectally.
Yes, it's a big rectal thing.
Oh, God, I've been licking on the tip. It tastes good.
So I told him, I said, "Listen, Doc," I said, "I know somewhere in this office you have a treatment to reverse this aging shit." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "This getting old stuff really sucks." I said, "You got to have something you can give me." And he goes, "I'll tell you what. We'll find something and we'll split it. We'll both be rich." I'm like, "Okay, come on, get it off. We'll work on it." Because every time something happens new to me, it's like, well, you know, you're getting older. I'm like, fuck.
You just got rated by InfoWars. So
Yeah, Info Bear. Yep,
Nice. Thank you.
Raising Cane.
So, Rev, could you elaborate? What do you do for fun on a daily basis to laugh and get, blow some steam off?
Well, lately it's
What
not.
do you look forward to daily to have a little bit of good time?
The only time I get any serenity is when I grab my bow, this thing right here.
Mhm. Yep.
Right here, if I can do it without knocking everything over.
So you go all Rambo in the backyard?
No, I live on the edge of 90,000 acres of wildlife management land,
Jeez.
and I like that we have wild hog everywhere, and I hog hunt.
Nice.
So I got an 80 pound pole, 33.5-inch draw, compound bow, twin cam with 500 grain arrows with 125 grain full rail fixed broadheads on it.
That'll go through a car door.
Spaz,
Yes, that
you're
will
up
go
next.
through a car door. That will go through a motorcycle helmet.
Yep.
That will go through a 500-pound hog.
So that's cool. That's a lot of fun. Spaz, you're up next, and the correct answer is not dressing up like a hog over at Rev Moran's house.
That's probably a good thing.
He's muted.
You're muted.
Mute. Spaz, sweep the leg, unmute. Did you mute him or is he muted?
I didn't touch him.
I think he's staying muted on purpose.
He's talking like he thinks we can hear him.
No,
It's on StreamYard. You have to click the unmute button.
I don't have him on mute. He's not on mute.
Well, type something in chat. I can see that.
No, what he's trying to say.
Now everyone's muted. Oh, I get it. That's the joke. What he's trying to say is, and then he mutes himself. Looks like he's getting mad.
You guys all missed his Bandcamp story now.
He's not up. What the hell did I do?
You
Did I
kicked me
make
out-
him mad with that question?
Oops.
I shouldn't have
Now you
asked him.
kicked me out too.
Hold on.
I shouldn't have asked him what do you like to do for
Yeah, he's not muted on my end.
No, he left.
I don't know why.
Maybe he's gonna click the link again and watch
There
it.
he is.
I don't know what the fuck, man.
Yeah, you weren't muted on my end.
Hey,
I
well,
don't know what happened.
I ain't either. You're like you can't hear me. I thought I was. Well, I'm not going to tell you where I was. We fucking
Hey,
do.
hey, Spaz. I told them that what you were trying to explain to them.
It's fucking bullshit.
Rev, hey Rev,
See what I-
are wild hogs edible? The ones
Yes.
that you shoot? Okay, I try not was asking. I don't know.
Okay,
We live in Florida.
Most
Right.
people don't know that a few years ago, the pork market actually came up short. The farms were short for production, and much of the hog meat that people were getting in the stores, pork chops and everything else, was actually from wild hog. And if you know how to cure the meat, the same way that the major butchers cure the meat, just like there's a difference between the way beef tastes when you buy it in the store versus if you go and butcher your own and
Exactly. No.
eat it. If you don't know how to cure the meat, then it's going to taste just a little gamier and all that. And I happen to be one of those people that knows how to cure hog meat. I will make you go buy panties just so you can throw them at me after you've tasted my cooking.
Well, I
Say
ain't
it.
gonna
I don't
work.
think it's probably been 30 years since
you
I
were
shot a
married?
hog.
Oh,
The last
We
time I
go
went
out.
wild boar hunting with my
Yeah.
bow. At least 30 years.
I'll go out and go hog hunting because I can just walk right out my door. I don't have to
Yeah.
drive somewhere special. I can just walk out. Some days I don't even have to go out my door. I can literally stand in my doorway and take the shot. But what I like to do is I will butterfly. I'll go get about a 200, 250 pound sow and butterfly it on a grill, cook the whole hog at once. And the other thing that we do a lot of too is we have some people that are a little less prosperous than we are, I guess would be the appropriate word, and they need a little help with food. So we do the food pantry stuff.
That's
We
cool.
offer, like a few of us will get together and we'll go downtown and just tell everybody, hey, we decided to have a barbecue today. Everybody stop by and get a plate. And people will ask, like, how much? And we're like, nope, it's just community. Sit down and eat. I'll take a minute and tell you about Jesus while we're here.
that's how you win.
That's pretty cool. So Spaz, the question to you was,
Oh,
what do you do for fun?
no, because I was trying to talk about. I'm sorry, Salty's reference that
Yeah.
he had a dream about being strapped down to a bed with two women over him, and I'm
Oh,
like, I'm sorry, dude. Right? I see the opposite of it. I wake up in a fucking bloody sweat, tied to a bed, looking at women who have just strapped me down, and then they take their makeup off, and there's two fucking guys, and I
shit.
want to stab myself awake, so that I can fucking wake the fuck up from this nightmare.
Jesus.
I don't know
You
what you're
got
talking
Really
about.
horrible
Look,
dream.
you wonder why I'm.
You don't
I'm-
you don't have to stay in the closet on our behalf.
Look,
You're safe here, Spaz.
look.
Yes.
That pedophile that never touched me. He really fucked me up. He really fucked me up. I hear he's getting out in 26.
Gee,
Yeah, I know. 18 years.
not long enough.
Not long enough.
So I have a question talking about stabbing.
Oh, okay.
If somebody steals your identity and you kill them, are you committing suicide?
This is
Only
too old
financially.
for me with the Wonder Woman Chuck Norris stuff, and now this thing blown my mind. Blown
I was- It's I'm just curious. It's one of those things.
Yeah, that's definitely, and that's against the law. So you're gonna have to go to do some jail time.
Oh yeah, you can't
All
kill
right,
yourself.
let me ask a better one. If you are a meteorologist that has cataracts, is every weather report partly cloudy?
Come on, man, that was good.
Yeah, come on.
I couldn't see it coming. It was a little foggy.
It's a little foggy out here.
I liked my old one that I haven't told in a while. Finally
Please.
bought my kid a trampoline. Poor little spoiled little bastard just sits there in his wheelchair and cries.
That's fucked up. That one's messed up.
You know, the least you could do is put the trampoline on him so that the trampoline
Something.
can bounce, right?
I can't wait to tell April that one.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Yeah, my brother.
Ringer said, "Damn, Pete, never heard a question like that before."
Every time my little brother calls me up, he's got a new one like that, and that's about the only one I can find safe enough to tell you.
Dad
That's pretty
jokes
funny.
should live on.
But my favorite one out of them all: what's black, white, and red, and can't get through a revolving door? Thank you for Infobear.
Can you
I don't
repeat the
know.
question?
I thought that over. I don't know.
Can you
What's-
repeat the question?
What's black, white, and red, and can't get through a revolving door?
I just don't know.
Is that a nun that got squished in the? She fell down the escalator.
A nun with a spear through her head.
Oh, I just seen a video tonight of somebody, like, she got out of her car and said somebody just threw a spear through her windshield and it had a knife on the end and it was stuck into the steering column. Like, holy shit, bro!
That's dangerous.
Look, I am. Well, let me tell you what. There was a time, I was driving my kid to his mom's house. He was still living with me, and down this part of town, it was 25 miles an hour. So I'm driving 25 miles an hour, right? And this guy is like right up behind me. Is like flashing his lights and everything like that, and I'm like, I'm still doing 25 and everything like that, and then he's like, whoa, and pulls out, all around me and in front of me in the opposite lane of traffic. And then he stops and he gets out. And I was like, whoa, boom. I hit the brakes. I threw it in park and I opened my door and I got out, after I unbuckled my seatbelt. And he was like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? And I was like, ready. I was ready to reach for something. And I was like, yo, the speed limit's 25. Where the fuck you racing, bro? You want to come around me? What the fuck are you doing, asshole? What the fuck is going on? And apparently he seen me reach for something, and so he only got to the back of his car. He didn't come to the front of my car.
Hey,
And there was witnesses, and I was just like, yo, bro, look, my kid's in the car. My kid's in the car. Whatever I got in my car, I'm throwing at you. Get away from the car.
Anybody got an update on what the hell's going on in Venezuela with the election?
I
No,
heard there's a $15
The loser
million
won, the winner lost, and the people are confused.
$15 million price on Maduro's head for international drug
I mean, they
smuggling,
were
trafficking.
getting ready to have an election. Did they have it?
They had it, and then they had a count, and then mass thugs came in and stole all their shit
yeah.
and walked out the door. And then, the sun came up in the morning and they said, oh, this guy won, even though clearly you could see on a camera where because it's all connected to the internet.
So
on
Maduro
screens in a
stole
little
it again?
room. Well, he lost. He
Thank
lost.
you, Black Mamba.
He lost on election night, and then they did some saboteur shit,
Well,
and then woke up the next morning saying, "Oh well, he won again his third term," and
So he had the pipes burst over there. We need some damn good plumbers. We really do. Let's put a stop to this.
I think three strikes you're out in Valenzuela. I think that's what it is. 3 strikes you're out.
Yeah.
We need more of those trade schools. This plumbing stuff is just getting out of hand.
Trade schools. You mean like metallurgy?
Hey,
Or
Jim Bob,
3D printing?
I would love any information you got on that, because that's, it seems like wherever Venezuela goes, we're soon to follow.
The last I seen was that they got a screenshot of the challenging person. What's her name? I think it's a woman. And she called for a big rally or something like that. And that's the last picture I seen. They had a big rally to lots of people.
Well, they're having a lot of riots right now.
And tearing down statues.
Yeah.
But I think, it's kind of different from what we had here. I think.
Black Mamba, no way. Ain't ever going to happen. She says,
Black Mamba, thank you for the mental health boost. I appreciate that. But you got to understand something. The entirety of the world, the planet, the universe is focused around Jews and Trump's ear. And everything, including Venezuela, spews from that. So I'm just saying, to get salty nuts, to stop talking about Jews is going to be something spectacular.
when's the last time I said anything about Jews and why? Man,
It's-
lingers. It's like you guys are.
It's
you
been
talked
almost a
about
whole
Jews,
show.
I'm going to write it down, screenshot it, and bust his ass 3 months later.
Well, you are inferring that the blood pack that Trump squirms in his ears was produced by Mossad. And if I'm not mistaken, Mossad are Jews.
Did I say
So it was an inferment.
thought to that?
I don't know, you probably did.
I read off a cartoon. You see how these how this left-right paradigm slides? You see how it slides? Because when I say something, 30 minutes later, it's all different.
Of course it is. Welcome to the internet.
Look, I remember years ago hearing that pig fetus stem cells dried up, sprinkled on a wound, like a fingertip cut
Very
off,
true, Smokey Randy.
sprinkled on a wound after a certain amount of time would regrow the fingertip or heal it into a point where it was usable again. And,
Never heard
I heard this 10 years ago. It was amazing, and it's always secret, because, well, you got to get past the FDA, and every time somebody comes out with I can run my water on gas. Yeah. Right. We're always, what the fuck is going on? Right. I can boil my teacup in seconds. Blah, 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 blah. Didn't make it throughout the week. I just follow that stuff. You never know, because here we are getting slipstreamed into another diabolical direction of disinformation that we don't even fucking know if it's true. What does it matter if it's true? What really matters after
At this
all?
point, it doesn't matter.
It was a
Something
Jewish
matters.
space laser that struck Trump here. Thank you, impeach ball. That's awesome.
If it was Jewish fucking space lasers, it would fucking matter.
And we've never ruled out that it was a Jewish space laser that clipped Trump's ear.
Could have been a Muslim
It could have been. We don't know.
or Iranian or
We don't
ISIS
know.
or
Wonder Woman's bracer thing, though, because that's amazing.
Yeah. How many names we got of the people we can blame it on?
Black
Millions.
The list grows at the exponential rate as the CIA.
Yes,
I mean, it's just crazy. It's just we don't know what to
absolutely.
fucking believe anymore. It's been almost 2 hours.
No, eyes cry not. Hey, I don't think they will. They're too far gone right now. It'll take 20 years to get Venezuela back to where it was. I
will
believe
take
so.
A lot of damage is done.
Total damage, yeah.
You can
Yes,
move your way
you're
in.
right. We're gonna wrap this up because my throat hurts.
Oh, I think you were guys gonna go have a look at some pink Teslas.
Yeah, we
Looking
got
at me.
we got to go to the dealership. Actually, April just went to our friend's house a few streets over. Our friend Danny.
Who knows a guy that was a guy?
No, actually, Danny just had a heart attack
Oh shit!
and had some stents put in his heart. So he can open up his valves there. And before that, he had had a brain aneurysm and had a lot of problems with his brain. That got taken care of, and then right after that, just now had a heart attack. So she went over there to go talk to her friend that she's known for 25 years, at least.
If it peach them all, the cat with the dinosaurs. Wow.
So I told her, I said, tell Danny, I said, with the brain aneurysms and the heart attacks and the stents, that you're still in better shape than me. Which is true, pretty much.
This was a lot
Thank
of
you, Dave, for the shades. So let's do this. Let's end this show for tonight. We'll start with Reverend Rant, where we can find you for the rest of the week. And if you can, by the way, hold on. If everybody can keep my friend Danny in your prayers, that he gets over this quickly, I would appreciate it. And his wife, Linnell. Go ahead, Rev.
So you can find me tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Alligator Time. Pretty much everywhere. I'll be on X, Rumble, DLive, here on Pilled, all over the place. I will be live and in the headlines talking about all the garbage going on. So
Garbage.
9 p.m. Eastern Alligator Time. Everybody stop by.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Great insight, like always.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Are we going this way around the dial?
If you want to go, you can go.
All right. As far as finding me, you're not going to be able to because I'm going to be hiding from Black Mama.
Good choice.
Threatening to troll me.
Yep.
No, I'll do a stream every now and then.
Thank you, Black Mamba.
Right here on Foxhole. Hey, BitChute is now. I'm able to tie into that going live.
BitChute.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
streaming
wow.
live. Yeah,
I have a BitChute account.
good quality, bad chat interface. It's all right.
Yeah.
And a lot of trolls. If you leave it open for comments, people are like, "Go kill yourself." So, thanks a lot for having me. Appreciate
Not a
it.
problem.
Take care, buddy.
All right. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye. Also, keep Warrior in the garden. Wasn't feeling very well tonight. Just keep him in your thoughts. Make sure that he gets over it. He's, probably getting, like you said, migraines from that stupid allergies that he has. I don't doubt it. Those things will get to you. So, Warrior, if you're listening, or if you listen on the flip side, we're thinking about you. And then we come down to the man, the myth, the legend on Pill.net, Mr. Spaz Oyeti.
I don't know anything about that. I'm just right here next to you.
Well, we know that mandatory Metal Monday, 9:30 Eastern, right here on Pilled on Spaz Oyeti's channel.
so many
mandatory.
times I don't want to do that show, and
Well,
I
it's
feel
mandatory.
I feel so much better after I do it.
Yes, good. And then the rest of the week, we don't find Spaz.
No,
Spaz finds us. Thank you, brother, for everything. All the cans and cookies and all that stuff. I appreciate you very, very much. And I will see you on Thursday with the rest of the crew for the Thursday night throwdown. It should be an interesting week with all the stuff that's going on, especially with the FBI and stuff like that. So
yes.
we should have a lot to talk about. So until then, thank you very much, brother. And I will see you on Thursday.
Much love, sir. Peace out.
Much love. Peace out. So let me thank everybody over on the X, the D Live, YouTube, the Rumbles, everybody from Reverend Ranch channel, my channels, Pill.net. Thank you for all the donations. Pills, red, blue, and gold. Hopefully, I will be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. left coast time. I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow. So I should be able to do a show tomorrow morning. So until then, I'm sending everybody over on a raid to somebody else's channel. So hang out for a minute so I can end the show, send you guys over there. Until tomorrow, thank you guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.